Hi, it's Ann Thornley-Brown, and I'm back, and today I'm going to be interviewing Precious L. Williams, who will be participating in BIDEM 2020, streaming from Toronto, Canada, from October 13th to 15th. Welcome, Precious.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for welcoming me.
And I like your I guess, moniker, the Killer Pitch
Master.
Well,
I am hired to slay all competition.
You're hired to slay all competition.
Yes, so, for my clients, yes.
So do clients hire you to pitch, or do you coach them on how to pitch?
I can do both.
Wow.
That's how good I am. I'm a 13-time national elevator pitch champion. And so when I am hired, I'm either hired to be a corporate trainer, to do one-offs, or to help corporate executives, successful speakers, and entrepreneurs. They got to slay all their competition through my powerful pitching, public speaking, and speech communications and communication skills training.
Well, you must be very busy this year because businesses all around the world have had to radically change how they're approaching their clients.
Yes.
What tips would you give for entrepreneurs who can no longer visit their clients? And they're finding as well that people are swamped with emails. They don't want any more emails. They don't even pick up their LinkedIn messages. What tips would you provide?
Well, I think that's very interesting because all of my physical speaking engagements were canceled, but they all converted into virtual. And one of the things that I learned, and I always tell this to clients, you really need to be out there speaking, even if it's on a virtual stage. If you really want to stand out, there's so many conferences, summits, and everything like that. I'm telling you that speaking transformed my life. When we started this year, we started good. When the pandemic hit and everybody said, hey, you won't make any money, you're a coach, you're a consultant, and that. And when I tell you, the good Lord above told me, get visible, get more visible. When they start shrinking, this is where you come harder.
What were some of the specific strategies you used to get visible?
Some of the specific strategies I used to get visible was I changed up my content. So it was not so much about, just buy. It was really about truly helping people learn to pitch. So I have a LinkedIn live show called Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitch Master. That's not a sales show at all. It's all about really answering those questions about pitching. How do you do it? How do you get into somebody's inbox? How do you get past a gatekeeper? What type of things should you be speaking about right now? What are some of the ways that you can create your own lane in your industry and ignite your pitch and dominate your niche? When I say getting more visible, I mean really using social media as like your plaything, as like your bank account now, because people don't want to hear fluff anymore. As much as these great gurus are out there, I don't trust none of them, because for me, I've been in the trenches. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be hungry. I'm not going back. So when I say being more visible, every day you should be posting something.
So you post something every day?
I swear, if you talk to my people, they'll tell you she posts 10 times a day. Wow. 10 times a day. But let me tell you what it led to. Savvy Ladies organization here in the United States, they just named me their inspiration of the year. So I'm getting an award, a real beautiful award, even though it's going to be a virtual gala. I just won the silver award for Maverick of the Year. Maverick. And that's a global competition from the Stevie Awards.
That's like quite the accomplishment.
I am in all of these magazines, and so I'm getting the plaques and everything to deal with that. So you might be like, oh no, that's vanity metric. Oh no, it's not. This is giving me real press that I never paid for. I don't pay for press.
What publications have you been in?
So I've been in Speakers Mag. I've been in Creating a Seat at the Table, and then there are two that I can't talk about right now.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you've heard of them where you are. I promise you that.
So we'll be hearing about those opportunities soon.
You will definitely be hearing about those opportunities soon. Got to keep a little.
Now, I understand that LinkedIn gave you some recognition.
Yes, LinkedIn just announced that my newsletter called Pitch Please is #1 in speaking. Wow. I went from having maybe 1,200 people on my newsletter list. It's about 5,000 now.
How did you do that?
I did that again. being even more visible, getting into the DMs of people that I always wanted to work with, utilizing my network. And this is something that most people don't pay attention to. Your network, we hear, is your net worth, but most people just think, oh, I'll ask them to get speaking gigs. Be very specific. Go through people's lists and say, can you make me the warm introduction there? Do you have specific people that you go to them with and say, hey, could you help me? I'm gonna even give you the copy that you can use. I'm gonna make it easy for you so that you make it easy for me. If I get anything out of it, I'll cut you off. I'll give you some coin. People never turn me down. They're like, oh, Precious, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure she popping.
With your energy, I cannot see anybody ever turning you down. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, but just because we're in a pandemic, an economic downturn, and social unrest, one of the things you must do is when people go, they just get quiet, get loud.
You get louder.
Get loud.
Why is this event, BIDEM, so important?
This event, BIDEM, is so important is because you're pulling together so many people from the diaspora around the world, people of color, women of color. Like, think about that. This is for all of us to network and to see people we've never met before and to see their different zones of genius. You know, there's so many people who don't know that there are great speakers in the United States or in Canada that are of color, or that are around the world that are of color. A lot of people don't know that. They can name the Gary Vaynerchuk and the Grant Cardone and the Tony Robbins, but they don't know that we exist. They don't know that there's a lot of educated people who are learning in their professions. In fact, there's a pitch competition today, and would you believe that the first three, the number one, number two, number three, were all doctors? Think about that.
That's incredible. That's really
They were
incredible.
all doctors in different disciplines.
I
have a JD. So I have a doctor of jurisprudence. I have never been in a competition where there were three doctors going head to head. I've never seen that. So think about that. That's actually showing little brown girls, little brown boys around the world that we do exist.
So there's inspiration and motivation.
There's inspiration, motivation, but it also shows you have to take action. This is not going to fall on you.
No.
You have to like so many people are staying silent, and I need you to take action. Visibility, even if I gave you all the steps, until you take that first step, you are never going to believe it.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
The theme of BIDEM is connecting the roots, building networks together for profit and purpose. And it's coming up from October 13th to 15th, streaming from Toronto. It's brought to you by the Community of Practice for Caribbean Immigrant Entrepreneurs and Maggot Wild Horse Limited. And you're going to be connecting with wonderful people like Precious, who are going to get you all pumped and excited and ready to pitch. Thank you so much, Precious.
Thank you so much for having me, and I cannot wait.
My pleasure.